Now, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, G-Man Aviation. Now, in today's video, we are back in the flight simulator today with kind of a different type of video, which is actually kind of overdue. So, if you remember, about a few months ago, there was this movie that was Dune 2, of course, the sequel to the original Dune movie. I have actually not seen that movie, so I'm not really going to be comparing anything really much to the movie. But this aircraft that we have in front of us today is from the movie. Now, this is, of course, fake or like a concept in a way. And it's going to be more like a helicopter. And I really don't show helicopters on my channel just because I don't really know how to fly them. And also, planes are slightly more fun for us. So, this is definitely a more interesting video today, but I thought just to check it out today because we haven't seen it in a little bit, and we are all counting down the days until Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 comes out. There'll be a video about that tomorrow on what I purchased from our pre-release, so look out for that in the future. That will be another video, but in today's video, we are going to be checking out this interesting little helicopter bug type thing. Now, of course, this was actually shown off of, or the concept was made, of course, off of some sort of dragonfly-y type bug. So it's some sort of bug. You can see with the wings here. We'll see when we actually unfold them here how it looks. Now, you can see that it's kind of made my Microsoft Flight Simulator a different kind of theme, which is rare. So we have this little thing up here that shows your helicopter and the kind of, this is from the movie, I guess. I mean, that's your compass. And you also have power settings and interesting thrusters that we'll show later. But this is pretty much a interesting plane. It also did change my profile for my joystick because my buttons are all messed up. So if I keep clicking things and different things start happening, you know why. So let's just take a look in the cockpit here. We can see that pretty normal. You can see we have that same kind of bug compass here where it shows the aircraft. A few of these little like gyroscope things, not all in some sort of different language, as you can see, of not English. So I don't know if this is the thing from that. But again, I have not seen the movie, so I do not really know much about this. But you can also see you have communication frequencies, which I guess if you want to do that sim, you could do it in this plane. I don't know why you would. You can also change the heading, and this is just for, I don't even know if this thing has autopilot. I wouldn't think so. But you can see this is where we get more into helicopter. You can see this is how the throttle works. This is just like a helicopter thing. You can see it is a pretty simple cockpit. There's just this here. Of course, you do have some sorts of rudder pedals. I don't really know what they're for. There, of course, are no wings on this aircraft. As you can see, we just have some kind of feet landing gear thing. But it's a pretty simple cockpit, and it seems to be a pretty simple plane to start up. So let's check it out here. So we can come into here. We'll turn on the panel lights and the landing lights to get ourselves kind of illuminated here. We can also turn on the dome light, and we can close up our doors here. Of course, that's important. And then the next crazy thing we'll be doing is unfolding wings. So this will actually be pretty interesting. We can see this is what it looks like. Getting more into that dragonfly type thing. You can see here, there they go. Here are our wings. Very dragonfly-like. And we can just start up the engine already. It's very quick. There's no knobs you really have to turn. You just hit engine start, kind of like a car, and we'll see these wings start flapping in a second. You could hear it start spooling up. Now, this is where it definitely looks like a dragonfly. You're getting all these kind of... Your engines are your wings, pretty much. So this is actually interesting for a concept of aviation. You know, usually wings make the aircraft fly because of their lift and because of the floating of the aircraft, but this one is more flapping its wings by like vibrating this kind of inner thing and switching the wings to flap around. Now we can, of course, fly kind of like a helicopter. Seems like we have some shock absorbers down there. You can kind of jump. That's kind of fun. So this is a very interesting little plane so far. So let's just take off into the air. We, of course, are at Chicago O'Hare, as we usually are. Me already hitting the wrong buttons again. And then this is kind of like your directional. So this is actually a pretty easy helicopter to fly. Probably the easiest one I've ever flown. I'm bad at flying helicopters. Probably one of the reasons we don't do it in this channel. But you can already see we can raise the landing gear if I can find it. I saw it a second ago. I don't know where the landing gear thing went. I guess we don't really need it, do we? Who cares about the landing gear? Oh, it's down here, right? Okay. Yeah, so now we can see. There we go. There goes our little feet. But you might be saying, we're already going fast. Well, we can actually go much faster than this. If I click this little button that surprisingly is now on my joystick, we have some sort of rocket thrusters, which has kind of been the first time in the flight simulator that we have that. Now this can actually get some real speed here. We're going 150 knots right now. On the ground speed, we're going almost double that. So very, very crazy speed. You can also see we have kind of like a cool sightseeing. This is actually a pretty nice plane if you just want to not maybe do the most realistic of flights, but if you just want to either fly to random places or just check out the world around you. It's actually a pretty interesting plane. Let's go try to do a helicopter thing, which is going to be trying to land in some small random field somewhere. So we'll come in down here. Now this plane can, I think, seat a few dozen people in the front, as we saw earlier. There is 3 or 4 seats in it, so I guess you can take some people around in it. But we'll go find a random field to land in. You can see there's kind of like a spoiler thing here if I click one of the buttons on my joystick. But you can also see here that we will put down our landing gear and we will kind of make a helicopter landing down on this field, which of course is just coming in very slowly, nicely onto a field like this. So that's very, very easy. Probably one of the easiest helicopters I've flown in the game, surprisingly. And yeah, it's very, very simple. You can just engine stop, and that's it. Your engines just turn off. Probably one of the easiest planes to start up. Again, this is just a concept, so these do not exist in real life. But I'd probably be scared if they did. I'd be very scared if they did. If we had these ginormous flying bugs around that were flying over us, it would actually probably be a quick mode of transport, but it is a surprising thing. These landing lights are also very, very bright. So let's check out, I think there's also a map for this little Dune experiment thing here in another planet. So let's check it out. So here we are in the flight simulator. We're kind of doing some sort of mission here. And you could see we are on another planet. We are just kind of hanging out here on this planet. And we had to do some touch and go missions. So let's actually see that here. We're going to come in slowly here. We have to use our wing brakes. So we're going to touch and go land on 3 landing pads. So that in front of us is some sort of other aircraft. So we'll just land here. We'll head out again. This is actually a very interesting mission. Again, this is included in this pack thing that you can get from Microsoft. Not very difficult to get. Again, it's just in your content manager. Completely free. It's very interesting. It's actually a really cool planet because we've never really seen anything outside of the flight simulator that is not on Earth or not in a type of place. So this is actually an interesting, cool. This is, again, where the flight simulator can get a little more fun. So let's just keep flying here, see how it goes. So here we are coming into the next landing pad. We had to slow down here a pretty good amount. So we just come here. The wing brakes are actually very, very responsive. Like, you slow down very quickly. Probably one of the reasons why it's so easy to fly. So the person in front of us is already leaving. Alright, there we go. We have one more left. Let's get out of here. Take off to the next location. Seems very interesting. Again, if you've seen the Dune movie, this looks probably familiar. The land that you can see around you is that planet. Again, I am not really one to be showing off this plane, mainly because I have not seen the movie. here we are coming into our last little place here, our last landing pad. There we go. So we have landed. Oh, I think I might have failed. So of course this was a mission that I did on the thing. Apparently I got a C, probably because I was very slow, but I was not really racing. But this is of course in the menus. You can come into the flight activities here, and you can come over to Dune activities, and this is where you can see the tutorials, and you can also see the challenges that show here. So very, very cool little thing. If you have the Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can just download it again from your content manager, which is under profile. So you can just download the Dune expansion. So that was kind of a little fun video for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video tomorrow with what I bought for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a great day.